The 2015 JUCO World Series is finally here. Phil Stafford, Kyle Stanley alongside you here. And Phil, I got to say to the fans that stuck around to the end of this one, kudos. It was cold.
There was a lot of blowing wind and a lot of blowing rain coming in sideways. It was definitely a chilly start to the 2015 World Series. But looking at the teams and especially the coaches, I really love the parity that this bracket has for all of the fans of baseball and JUCO baseball here in Western Colorado. You've got coaches, Hall of Fame coaches now, like Mark Reardon, who's been here plenty of times, but you've also got coaches who are here for their very first time. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this whole tournament plays out.
A lot of players here for their first time. We're going to go to the Battle of Texas teams as we see from the point of view of a catcher with the GoPro over at MacLennan.
Let's get ourselves ready to go. Hey, breathe. Oh. 1-1. Bounce. Let's go get it. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Here. That's you. Okay. Okay.
John Townsend didn't get the start, but he did get his players pumped up before the game, and apparently it worked. Highlanders come out swinging in the first. Kirby McGuire, second batter of the game, gives it a ride.
I had a plan. I was going to swing at the first pitch if it was there, and I did. It was a fastball, kind of middle in, kind of my pitch, and I hit it well, and altitude took it.
Next up, not much noise off the bat, but it does the job. Demas Ojeda with the RBI infield single. McGuire scores to put the first tally on the board. And from there, it was the Jack Finnegan show. 7 innings of scoreless ball. The righty struck out 9 Gators and only walked 3. Riley Smith did his job for San Jacinto. He kept the game close, only allowed 1 earned run over 7 innings and struck out 8. But it came down to missed opportunities for the Gators and great defense from MacLennan. Kirby McGuire can hit it and catch it. The center fielder gives his boys a sigh of relief with that run-saving grab. And then Mason George patted the lead in the top of the 9th. 2-out knock brings home James Rudkin, and it's now 3-0. But Sanjak makes things interesting in the final at bat. John Meyer rolls one to Brandon Gredzelanik. The third baseman makes a difficult decision. It comes back to bite him. That loads the bases. But after a sac fly, Nate Burtness gets the strikeout to end the game. The battle of 2 Texas teams ends with a MacLennan 3-1 win.
That was awesome. Just the atmosphere of the crowd and just being out here and throwing game 1, just exhilarating. That was just an awesome feeling. And then we just go out and we play great. I thought the biggest thing for us was scoring first, because that just completely energized the dugout and we were just ready to go after that.
Disappointing to lose the first game, obviously, and it's tough on the kids, tough on the coaches. We came here with better expectations, but we're just going to try and pick it up and turn it around for tomorrow.
Game 2, we were checking all of the lights on the scoreboard. Plenty of action in this one. Walter State representing the state of Tennessee. Coach Dave Shelton's first trip to the big dance. Delgado out of Louisiana. They're here for their 2nd consecutive year. Delgado's Andrew Mitchell demonstrating some proper hydration for his choice of a pregame warm-up. And it certainly worked for the Finns. Cody Ducati, first at bat in the series, put him down for a 2-run blast over the left field wall. Cody said later it may not have made it over the fence in Louisiana, but it flies here in Colorado. Early lead for the Finns. Top of 2. Walters responds. 8-hole hitter Braxton Brinkley fooled on the pitch but gets enough on it. Brian Bussey ties the game at 2 on the sacrifice. 4 batters later, Ramon Osuna down the line takes a Walter State hop over Bryce Adams at first. 2 more runs come home for the Senators. When all is said and done, it's a 6-run inning. Ahead to the 4th, Ross Grosvenor. How do you like your steak? Towering 3-run shot, 9-3, now the lead. Senators follow that up with a 2-run dinger by Brian Bussey. Defense was also clicking for Walter State. Lucas Ledford laying out and coming up with the snag. That came in the bottom of the 5th. In that same inning, the bases are loaded, 2 away for the Finns. Christian Bolian takes one to the opening in left center. Dolphins coming home. It's now a 4-run contest. Christian says it's not over yet. The Delgado fans are ecstatic. But the Senators put a stop to the run. Brian Bussey showcased the arm. Throw down to second, catches Volian before he can get back. That kills the momentum for Delgado. Final inning now on a 2-1 count. Kyle Wilson shortens up, puts the bunt down. 2 runners score. Thanks to that throwing error, and the Senators finished with a 6-run victory to start their run at a national title. In postgame, Coach Joe Schurman said he felt his guys tried to do too much at times.
Unfortunately, in a junior college, you only have them for 2 years. Being here 2 years in a row, we should have known that. We probably had a few more that knew that knew it last year. But unfortunately, we didn't pitch well. When you don't pitch well, you don't win. That's the bottom line.
Anytime you can get a win in game 1, that's a big one. You got to battle through the nerves of game 1 out here. I've tried to tell these guys no lead is safe out here, and it doesn't matter if you're down 2, if you're down 15. Anything can happen out here. You see, if 22 runs scored that game, and the wind was blowing straight in at about 30 miles an hour the whole game. So, that's welcome to Saplesio Field right there.
Game 3 saw the seasoned veteran and new NJCAA Hall of Fame member Mark Reardon and his Iowa Western Reavers. 2014 tournament MVP Alex Krupa looking to pick up where he left off. The Reavers took on the first-timer USC Sumter team out of South Carolina. Devin Perez, he's a river pirate, and he put his ship into cruise control from the start. #Sailverse. Perez strikes out the side in the second and had 7 strikeouts overall.
I was pretty nervous at the start, but once it settled in, I noticed we were going to hit the ball. I felt a lot more confident.
Meanwhile, the offense chipped away all game. Tyler Cropley, the 9-hole hitter, puts Iowa Western on the board first. Sharp single in the left brings home Logan Kiefer to make it 1-0. Later on, as Josh Newell, chopper goes off the glove of Colby Croxton, and in the center, 2 Reavers come in to score. It's 3-0. 5th inning, Newell is at it again, splits the gap. This one's going to be a foot race for 3. Dom Thompson-Williams and Jared Gates score to make it 5-0. Newell playing it cool in his first game of the tournament. And the Reavers are at it again. 8-0 is the final. This one came to an end after 7 due to the mercy rule. Iowa won't play again until Monday, and now the Fire Ants have to fight for survival.
I'm not going to take a lot away from what we did. I got to give a lot of credit to what they did. They played flawlessly. They really did. They took advantage of every mistake. Some days, it's okay to say, you know what, guys, we got beat. We really did. It's not always about us playing bad.
So much is mental in life, and it's one thing when you're just trying to picture something or you're listening to a coach. There's another thing when you got a lot of these guys that have seen it and been through it, and they're explaining it to the guys, plus all the video we have, and again, all the different posters and pictures around our facility.
From Hall of Fame coach Mark Reardon, we introduce now 2 World Series newbies in our nightcap game. Coach Phil Stevenson for Dodge City, hailing from Kansas, and Coach Doug Martin of Northwest Florida State. Hats off to those traveling sections for both teams. Florida fans traveling over 1,600 miles to get to Saplesio Field. Dodge City fans making their way over 630 miles to cheer on the Conks. Jumping into the visitors' half of the second inning, Jaron Pinkney, Titanic blast off of Luke Crabb, smacked to dead center. Ricochets off the top of the flagpole. That's a 2-0 lead for Florida. Conquistadors respond with a run in the bottom of the frame, but we skip to the third. The Raiders threatening again. Dakota Dean gives the speedy Mac Hathcock enough time to get home. Raiders take a 3-run lead. They wouldn't relinquish control from there on out. Dodge City's Leno Ramirez did his best to keep the crowd alive. Diving stop, fires over to first to complete the spectacular play. You'll be seeing that in the Can't Miss Moment segment. Now on the mound, Cordarius Dorsey. Wow, was he on point for the Raiders tonight? Allowed 7 base runners after the second inning, totaled 10 Ks against 36 batters. He did have some help in the field too. Look at this play in the bottom of the 6th. Ricky Trammell connects, sends it into the corner and left. Dakota Dean gathers the ball, and the relay from Sean Feltner got him at the plate. Northwest Florida advances 7-1. They have the day off on Sunday, while Dodge City will play for elimination. After the game, Dorsey talked about how he was ready for this opportunity.
Man, Coach talked at practice probably before we came here. He told me I had the ball, and since then I prepared myself good. I ate good, I ran, and that's what happened.
And he walked. If you guys come anywhere around us near the hotel, unless this guy's sleeping, he's out walking. It's I guess one of his habits that he has, but he can't sit still now. We're just real proud of him and what he did, and obviously real proud of the whole team.
I just think he was just good enough to keep us off balance, and it didn't seem like we squared very many balls up. We did a little bit early. We didn't late, and when they made mistakes, we couldn't find ways to capitalize behind it.
Time now for your community hospital play of the day. Tucker Johnson sends a high fly ball out to right field. Looks harmless enough. Josh Palacios coming in, Austin Homan going out, and they collide. Scary moment as both players go down, but believe it or not, both stayed in the game, and maybe even more crazy is that Palacios held onto the ball.
Shouldn't be any question surrounding our homer of the day. It was a no-doubter from Jaron Pinckney, but he said he actually wasn't sure if it went over the fence as he was rounding first.
I didn't think it was a home run because I seen that bounce back in, so I was sort of running hard at third.
All right, so going into Sunday, it's that usual interesting bracket kind of format that we've got with two teams going home before two teams even play. So in the first game, it's two returning coaches with Delgado and Sanjak, I guess a battle of green there. And then at 2 o'clock, we've got Dodge City and USC Sumter, two first-time coaches.
Yeah, and in our first game of the series for two teams is going to be Chattahoochee Valley out of Alabama taking on the Arizona team, Yavapai College. We spent time with both of these teams, and wow, they've got some personality. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you some behind-the-scenes action with them tomorrow. If you haven't seen their behind-the-scenes actions from before the tournament, make sure you check those videos out on JUCOGJ.org. For Kyle Stanley, I'm Phil Stafford. This has been day one of the JUCO World Series and the JUCO Full Windup presented by Pepsi. We'll see you on day two.